In the 17th century, Europe was a cauldron of conflict and change. The continent was aflame with the fires of the 30 Years' War, a brutal conflict that reshaped the political landscape. Absolutism was on the rise as monarchs consolidated their power. Meanwhile, far to the east, Russia remained largely isolated, a traditional society untouched by these shifting currents. Into this world of shifting power and ideas, a figure emerged in Russia destined to transform his nation: Peter the Great. Born in 1672, Peter Alexeyevich Romanov was not destined to rule. Thrust into the labyrinth of power politics at a tender age, his early life was a maelstrom of intrigue and rebellion. His half-sister, Sophia, claimed the regency, ruling in his stead. But young Peter was not one to be sidelined. His determination was unyielding, as solid as the Russian frost. The Streltsy Rebellion, a bloody uprising of the military, was a crucible that tested Peter's mettle. Rather than cower, he emerged stronger. His resolve hardened. The regency of Sophia crumbled, and Peter ascended to the throne, his eyes set on a new dawn for Russia. His reign was no less tumultuous. Eager to modernize his realm, Peter embarked on the Grand Embassy, a diplomatic mission to Europe. He returned with a wealth of knowledge, burning with the desire to infuse the winds of change into his homeland. The Great Northern War erupted, a conflict that would determine the balance of power in the Baltic. Undeterred, Peter saw it as an opportunity to flex his military prowess and expand Russia's frontiers. His modernization efforts were relentless. From the military to the church, from industry to education, he overhauled them all. A new Russia was taking shape under his iron grip, a nation emerging from the shadows of its past. Against all odds, Peter the Great was shaping Russia into a formidable power. Peter's vision for Russia was ambitious and far-reaching. He sought to catapult his nation into the future, and he knew that to do so, he would need to implement sweeping reforms. First on his agenda was the modernization of the Russian army. He understood that a strong military was key to a country's power and prestige. So he introduced Western military tactics, updated weaponry, and established rigorous training programs. This resulted in a force that was not only larger, but also more disciplined and effective. Then Peter turned his attention to governance. Inspired by Western models, he introduced a more structured, bureaucratic government system. This new system was more efficient and allowed for better control over the vast Russian territory. But progress, as we know, often comes with a price. To fund these ambitious projects, Peter implemented new taxes. While these were met with resistance, they were necessary for the growth and development of the nation. Perhaps one of Peter's most visible achievements was the construction of St. Petersburg. This new city, built on the marshy lands of the Neva River, was to be a symbol of Russia's newfound modernity and a window to Europe. Finally, Peter established the Russian Navy, a feat that was nothing short of revolutionary. With this, Russia became a formidable maritime power, marking her arrival on the world stage. Through tireless effort and indomitable will, Peter had brought Russia into the modern world. His reforms and accomplishments forever changed the face of Russia, setting the stage for its future as a global power. Our Peter the Great passed away in 1725, but his impact on Russia and the world was far from over. His reign left an indelible mark, spurring the continued growth of Russia into a formidable European power. Peter's passion for modernization, inspired by his fascination with the West, had set the stage for a cultural revolution. This westernization was not merely a passing trend, but a lasting shift that would deeply influence Russian society, politics, and culture for centuries to follow. The city of St. Petersburg, Peter's architectural masterpiece, stands as a testament to his vision. Its grandeur and European style encapsulate Peter's desire to create a window to the West, and it remains a symbol of his aspiration for progress. Yet Peter's reign was not without controversy. His forceful methods and harsh rule raised questions about the cost of such rapid change. Critics argue that his reforms, although transformative, came at a high human cost. His reign was marked by violent suppression of revolts, and his relentless drive for modernization often overlooked the welfare of his subjects. Nevertheless, the influence of Peter the Great is undeniable. His reign marked a turning point in Russia's history, shaping its trajectory towards becoming a major global player. Peter the Great, a towering figure in history, had forever altered the course of his nation, leaving a legacy that continues to shape Russia to this day.